What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, Gina Man 94, here with the Bosch Squad Podcast Wrestling Show to give you guys my Monday Night Raw review. Oh my god, I'm shaking right now because of the end of Raw. Okay, Raw overall was terrible, but that ending, that main event match, just threw me for a loop. So let's get right into it, okay? Now tonight, we all knew, because Finn Balor had to relinquish his Universal title last week, that there would be a Fatal 4-Way match based off the matches last week to determine a new WWE Universal Champion. So Raw kicked off with Corey Graves in the ring with all the competitors, Kevin Owens, Big Cass, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And, they were all talking about how they were going to win the match. Kevin Owens was just like, yeah, I'm excited to be here. He just really didn't want to be there for real. He was being all sarcastic and everything. And then he started to give the guys credit. And then he was, except Big Cass though, he was just like, oh, you can actually talk. You're not just Enzo's puppet. And then, Cass started, firing back at him. He was just like, he's perceived as an underdog, but he's not an underdog. And he even took a dig at Seth Rollins' penis size, because remember, his nudes leaked out last year. And he was like, contrary to what you believe, Seth, size does matter. And I started dying because I caught the joke immediately. Big Cass was just hilarious tonight, and they were all going back and forth. Seth Rollins said he was going to, eliminate everybody. It's going to come down to him and Reigns, but Reigns can't beat him because he can never beat him. And that Corey Graves should ask Reigns what he's going to do in the match. And then Reigns stood up, didn't say nothing, and they all started fighting. And I thought that was just great, because Reigns didn't need to say anything there. He just needed to exert his dominance like he's built up to be, and do exactly what he did. Just start fighting. You didn't have to say anything about what you're going to do and how you're going to win. And that was great. I don't even think I heard Reigns say one thing tonight. So after that, though, we get the first match of the night, Chris Jericho versus Neville. And if you remember last time these two faced off, Neville broke his ankle on a slide, he did. But no injuries this time. This was a good match. Jericho continues to be an entertainer, even though he's heel. He knows how to get a reaction from the crowd and, how to put on an entertaining match with whoever he's in there with. Future Hall of Famer for sure. Last time they faced, like I said, Neville broke his ankle, but this time, he didn't hold back in the match, even though, he was probably a little skeptical about the ankle. His ankle is looking stronger than ever. So yeah, they had a good match. Neville did a bunch of his high flying spots and, diving out the ring or whatever. He was pissed at Jericho, though, for costing him a chance at the Universal title last week when he faced Kevin Owens. So, yeah, he was going after Jericho for a majority of the match. He's going to be a good champion one day. I don't know about a world champion, but with the new cruiserweight division coming, I think he could be the champion of that, whole division, because I believe that's where they're going to stick him. They're not going to let him win any other title than that for right now, at least. But, yeah, this match was pretty good. Seemed like Neville was going to win, but Jericho, being the veteran that he is, he caught him into the walls of Jericho and then put his knee on his neck, and that was just it. It was over after that. Neville had to tap out. He was just like twerking his back and put his knee on his neck. It was nothing Neville could do. Good match between these two, though. Bayley was backstage with New Day, just being excited to be on Raw. And it seemed like it was raw emotion. It didn't seem like she was just scripted to do that. She seemed genuinely excited. And then, her and the New Day started dancing and everything. And then Dana Brooke interrupted and was like, you guys shouldn't be celebrating, with Gallows and Anderson on your tail. And they were like, we ain't worried about them. They can come get some. And pretty much just set up a 6-man mixed tag match with those guys. So we had Nia Jax versus a jobber. Enhancement match. There you go. Now Gallows and Anderson are retired as doctors, and now they're retirement specialists for superstars. They said, they retired the Dudleys last week, and now they're enjoying, their past and, all this other stuff, and they're looking to retire the New Day. So just hyping up their match for later. We had Sami Zayn versus Jinder Mahal. Didn't care about this match, really. I care about Sami Zayn, but Jinder Mahal was brought back to be a jobber, pretty much. I don't know why he came back. He's doing the same exact things he did when he left. Sami Zayn won the match. It wasn't that great. Who cares? Then we get the New Day with Bayley versus Gallows, Anderson, and Dana Brooke. Bayley worked perfectly with the New Day. The way they, dance and act silly, that's pretty much what Bayley was there for. It was an entertainment match. It wasn't to be taken too seriously. And that's exactly what they did. Bailey did everything. She was dancing with them from the entrance ramps. They gave her a unicorn horn to put on her head or whatever. They did the unicorn stampede, and even she got in on it and hit Anderson with one of the stomps they do. Just dancing in the ring to get the crowd hyped up. It wasn't to be taken too seriously. But they did get down to business with Gallows and Anderson taking over, and the match got pretty serious. And then Bailey actually got the hot tag in this match. After the heat got put on the heel team, from them isolating Big E and Kofi, who were in the match. But Bailey came in with the fire, and she got the pin over Dana with Bailey to belly. It's obvious they don't have any future plans for Dana Brooke. She's just going to be the one to take the pinfall for most of the matches. It was just to give Bailey probably a pinfall to hype up her future match with Charlotte for the Women's Championship. But yeah, it was just a fun match. Not really something you take too seriously. Cesaro was backstage talking about his match with Sheamus. He said if he loses, he'll go down 2-0. But, he's already down, so now he's got to fight back into this series because, they have the best of 7 series. And at least he gets to go out there and beat up Sheamus and turn the tides on the series. And Sheamus is just a big bully who throws his weight around. So he's going to go out there and throw his weight around on him, round and around for the swing. So now they had their second match. It was a strong physical match between these two guys who wanted to kill each other. They took what Mick Foley said to heart, and they really wanted to go out there and prove that they were, more physical than each other. They're trying to impress them with their abilities. I mean, these guys aren't going to be too high flying. They're going to go out there and they're going to use their strength to try to kill each other. Cesaro doesn't look like he's that strong, but he's that strong. One of the strongest guys probably on the roster. And, Sheamus has always been, the strong guy. He's big, so of course he's not going to do any of that flippy stuff. And it was a physical match between these guys. Right now, I mean, they're both hungry for that spot that Mick Foley promised the winner of the series, but Sheamus seems to want it more right now because he's being way more aggressive than Cesaro is. And I know Cesaro can get very aggressive, and I'm sure it'll show in some of the later matches because I think this is going to go a full seven matches between these guys. But it was back and forth until Sheamus threw him into the ring post with he threw him over his head and Cesaro's back hit the ring post. And then Sheamus got him in the ring and hit the clover leaf on him, and he was forced to tap out because his back was done after that. So Sheamus is up 2-0 on Cesaro, but I think he's going to go up 3-0, and then Cesaro's going to reverse sweep him and win it in 7 matches. Braun Strowman killed this American Lucha costume guy, whatever, Strowman. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but yeah, they just have him to keep killing people. Stephanie came out to talk about Brock Lesnar's actions at SummerSlam on Shane McMahon. She said Brock crossed the line and nobody messes with her family. So Paul Heyman interrupted her. And she was like, you know what, shut up with all this sweet talk you're trying to do and just get in the ring and apologize to me. He says Brock saved Raw, but Brock did cross the line when he touched Shane. He destroyed Randy Orton and won the match to make Raw look good, but he should have never touched Shane. And he was trying to beg and plead with him to not destroy Shane McMahon. He was there to pay Brock's fine of $500, and this man, Paul Heyman, pulls out a fat stack of $1 bills and started throwing them at Stephanie on the ground like she was just a stripper and he was just trying to get her to take her clothes off or something. It was hilarious. He was just like, the whole money thing where people just, get rid of the dollar bills. It was just very, very disrespectful, and Stephanie slapped the whole stack out of his hand, and he was like, you know what, don't come in here trying to patronize me. Heyman was like, the apology is 8 days late, and it definitely is, well deserved to give that to her, but he understands what Brock did. He put her in a bad position with the board of directors, with her father, that she can't control him, and how, he probably set back the female empowerment, and she stopped him right there. She was like, hold on, this is a female movement, and the movement starts right here with me. And he was just like, okay, chill. And then she was like, maybe if you go back and tell your kids, I'm no longer of value, because she said Brock is of value to her, but why is Heyman of value? He's not really any value to her. He's not worth anything to her. So Heyman switched it up real quick, gave her the apology, and was like, She's the rightful heir of the board and, you know, the McMahon heirloom and everything. And she's under a lot of pressure, and Heyman begs that she accept this apology and the payment of the fine, and take it as a lesson learned that, you know, he'll try not to do that again, meaning Brock. So she looked at him like she didn't want to believe him, said apology accepted, and walks away very pissed. So Heyman's walking a thin line with Stephanie, but we'll see where it goes from there. Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil. Again, I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired. I don't care about seeing it. I'm sorry, I don't. Darren Young was getting his ass kicked, and he rolled up Titus for the win, because that's what we do. After that, Titus beat down Darren Young and Bob Backlund. Mick Foley backstage saying he should have been out there to have Stephanie's back when she was talking to Heyman. And then he said for the integrity of the match, they're banning all friends and tag team partners from ringside. So you already knew there was going to be some interference in this match. And speaking of that, that's going to segue us right into the main event match. The only match I really liked tonight, other than the whole New Day thing they did. The WWE Universal Championship match. Fatal 4-Way Elimination. Big Cass, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. This match was insane since the bell started ringing. They went after each other. Oh my god, they put their bodies on the line for this match. Once Big Cass and Roman got Kevin Owens and Seth out of the ring, they kept teasing fighting each other, and it wasn't happening right away. Then they finally got to fight each other, and Big Cass hit this man Roman Reigns with the big boot of big boots. He hit him so hard, he knocked his own self out the ring. They both went over the top rope. And this match was just crazy. Everybody was diving off the apron, through the ropes, over the top rope. They were trying to kill each other. They all wanted that title, and they were all looking impressive. Now, Big Cass was the first one to get eliminated from the match, but his salesmanship and, you know, just looking like a legit, big, tall, bad motherfucker, he got that over. The crowd was with him. The crowd was chanting for him. Surprisingly to me, the crowd loved Big Cass tonight. It was very surprising, but, you know, that man has a bright future. Needs to work a little bit on his delivery. I think his mic skills are alright. It's just his delivery. But, that has Vince written all over him. Vince is going to invest as much stock in him as he can. But yeah, the crowd was definitely into it. Big Cass, how did he get eliminated? Who eliminated him? I think it was Reigns. I believe so. No, Owens. Owens eliminated him with a frog splash. Then they took out Owens from the match, and Rollins and Reigns did their thing. They had their one-on-one moment, and it was great. These guys know each other so well, of course, so they already know what to do, how to counter each other. The salesmanship of these guys and the whole psychology of the match was great. Everybody looked strong in this match. Everybody was able to hit all of their moves on each other, and everybody sold it perfectly. And they did everything they could. It was hard to eliminate anybody from the match, and then something crazy happened. So Roman was outside the ring, and then we see Triple H pop up. Triple H hit him with the pedigree outside the ring, and then fed him in the ring to Rollins. Rollins pinned Reigns, so Triple H screwed Rollins, and Rollins got the pin and eliminated Reigns from the match. So it came down to Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. And then Triple H went and picked up Kevin Owens, put him in the ring too, like he was about to screw him as well. Seth was like, yeah, come on, bring him to me. Yeah, I'm about to be Universal Champion. Go ahead and give me this title. And then something else crazy happened. Triple H turned around and hit Seth Rollins with the pedigree. And Kevin Owens picked up the win. We have a new Universal Champion, and his name is Kevin Owens. I went crazy. Twitter blew up. Facebook blew up. It was just insane. I thought Triple H was going to be in Rollins' corner, and then when I saw how things were turning out, I'm just like, oh my god, Triple H is about to turn on Seth Rollins. Stephanie and Mick Foley were outside the ring looking confused as hell. Triple H just walked right past them, didn't say nothing to him, and walked out the arena. He went through the crowd. He walked right out the arena, and I was just that. Kevin Owens is your new Universal Champion. They pulled the trigger on my man Kevin Owens, and I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. We have a new champion. This is different. And now what I think they're going to do, Seth Rollins is going to turn face pretty soon. And I think him and Kevin Owens are going to feud. And the reason I say that is, that was the last straw probably for Rollins. He's done everything, legitimately everything he could to be champion. He thought he had, the authority backing him up. He thought he was untouchable. He thought he was the man. And now he's sunk to the lowest of lows. He lost to Finn Balor. He lost the WWE title to Dean Ambrose. And now he lost this match tonight thinking that he had people on his side, and he really didn't. So I think he's going to reevaluate himself, go into business for himself, and realize that, the system isn't backing him like he thought they were. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Seth was going to go into a rivalry with Triple H now, or what they're going to do. But they're investing stock in somebody new, and it's Kevin Owens, and I'm excited to see how this is going to work. This was the only part of Raw other than the New Day stuff with Bayley that I actually cared about. Didn't get no Rusev tonight, which was kind of weird, but other than that, this was the only part of Raw worth watching, unless you wanted to see the whole New Day thing. But this main event was great. The turn that Triple H did on Rollins was just excellent. It was reminiscent of how Rollins turned on the Shield, and you didn't see it coming. It was kind of like that. And, man, I think this is rock bottom for Seth Rollins. Now he has, no pull. He can't just, request a title match and just get it like that anymore. He's going to have to legitimately earn his way back into the title contention, because he's lost his last three title matches. He's lost his last 3 now, if you count the Dean Ambrose. Yeah, it was a match because Dean won the title. So, oh man, this is crazy. I'm still shaking because I was so excited. I was just yelling and going insane. I wonder what you guys think. We have a new Universal Champion, and it's not Seth Rollins. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm definitely excited to hear what you guys think about this. Please let me know down in the comment section. Slap a like on the video if you enjoyed it. This has been Gene the Man with the Bot Squad Podcast Wrestling Show, and I thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you later. Peace.